Hello friends, welcome to Engineering World. Today I am continuing with my next lecture of rocket science and engineering, and I already made a previous video and I have just begun the series, and the first chapter is what are rockets, and in that chapter we are tracing the history of rockets. Okay, so far we have discussed certain time periods that you can see in my previous video, and today I will discuss the time period 1132 to 1279 AD. Okay, as I've already told you that Chinese started using gunpowder as a propellant for rocket in wars. Okay, and similarly in this period, Chinese expanded their use of gunpowder in firing rockets. Okay, so and the first experiment they did with the mortars being fired from bamboo sticks. And there was a story that it's not a story, it's true fact that around 1232 AD, when the Chinese had a fight with Mongols, it was reported that at the Battle of Kai Keng, the Chinese used a tube, okay, which contained gunpowder and which is something of this kind of shape, and it contains gunpowder, and it is lit from this open end, okay, and it create a thrust pressure, okay, and it make this thing to go forward by letting the smoke eject in this direction, which is basically Newton's third law. Okay, and this rocket is stabilized by and this rocket is stabilized with the use of a stick. This is similar as you see in fireworks. Okay, so it was reported that Chinese have made extensive use of these types of rockets in wars. Okay, and during the same period, English monk and alchemist Roger Bacon improved the gunpowder formula. Okay, so with the help of this person, the range of rockets which were invented during that period was greatly improved. Okay. Now next come to the time period of 1300 to 1600 AD. In this period, Frenchman Jean Froissart, invented the launch tube in order to propel the rockets. Why? Because he found that if the rockets work well when they are launched from certain kind of tubes. With the help of tubes, they work well. Okay, so he invented the launch tubes, which are nowadays known as bazooka. You must have seen in movies that the soldier have a long pipe, hollow cylindrical thing over his shoulder, and he just aim at someone and just fired it. So these the long rod like thing is known as the launching tube. Okay, so it was this man who invented this launching tube. Okay, now in 1591 a book was written on non-military uses of rockets by John Vaughan, and he also proposed that the stick helps to stabilize the rocket. The use of sticks, which I have explained you earlier, a stick like this, okay, it helps to stabilize the rocket. If there is no stick, then the rocket, they might follow zigzag path, random path. But you have seen in festival seasons that if you have a stick with this gunpowder, then rockets follow a particular direction. Okay, so this is the use of stick to provide stability to the rocket. Okay, and in the same period there is a story that Chinese official whose name was Wen Hu, and he launches himself by sitting on a chair that has 42 or 47 rockets and 2 kites. It's a kind of launching pad. He sat on that chair. Okay, and after that experiment, he was nowhere found. Then come the period 1600 to 1800 AD. In this period, the rocketry saw great development. In 1650, Polish artillery expert Casimir designed various designs for stage rockets. Okay, stage rockets are those rockets as you see in today's rockets which are launched by various space agencies like NASA, which goes to outer space in steps. Like first, they have boosters to push the rocket to escape the rocket from Earth's gravity. Then there is another rocket which give thrust to the rocket to further go into the space. So it comes in stages, something like that. Okay. In 1696, Englishman Robert Anderson proposed solid rockets. Okay, and he also proposed how to mix propellants into a mold. So, with his suggestions, there was mass production in rockets. Okay, so this period was important because in this period only Newton was born, and you know very well that he gave his three laws of motion and published these laws in his book Principia, and he also invented calculus. So Newton calculus and Leibniz he worked independently, and both of them advanced the concept of rocketry. Okay. Further, Euler and Bernoulli also studied the dynamic of gas flow inside the rocket engine, and also the airflow outside the rocket that control its motion. Okay. Moreover, Gravesend developed cars which are propelled by steam engine only in this period. Okay, so today we have discussed some further history in rocketry. Okay, and we will continue a little bit more in the next lecture. So this is all for today. If you do like the video, please share my video, subscribe the channel, and press the bell icon for further updates. So this is me, Ashdeep Singh, signing off. Thank you very much.